Madness fans. Well, an indoor video. I'm just set the camera down on a box. You can see me. So we start a new year soon. I've got all sorts of plans to bring some videos in the new year. Some Nottinghamshire stuff. I've got some cooking stuff to bring you. In the main, I've got some Brompton stuff. We've got some of these rather sexy Brompton logoed brake levers. These will go on one of the B75s. I've got a B75 which is essentially going to be my project bike, come bits of bike, come just play about bike. So that's going to keep the essence of the B75. It's certainly not going to have mud guards. It's the one that you saw me fit the flexi mud guards to last week. That's the one. It's not going to have mud guards. These will go on there. It'll get the Kojaks on it. It'll have the luggage block taken off the front. It's going to be a little thing that I'm going to just do bits and bobs on, do videos about. But it's going to keep the essence of what the B75 is. The A-Line has had a bit of use. That's going to get some mud guards fitted. And it'll be a good look around the A-Line. You've seen the video. I've put the Brompton pedals on it. It's got a kickstand on it, and again, my heart in the A-Line is the fact it's the cheapest Brompton you can buy. Along with the B75, it's probably one of the most criticised. Although the P Line is going to get criticised, and that's not even been physically seen or felt yet. But that looks an absolute superb piece of machinery. Back to the A-Line. That's going to get the mud guards fitted. That's probably going to be my ultimate staple for doing stuff around Nottingham, taking out on public transport and stuff like that. I absolutely love the A-Line purely because of how white it is. It's an amazing white. So that's going to get the mud guards and probably not a lot else. Hopefully I'm going to do a comparison direct from the A-Line to the P Line. That'll come in the new year. I've got a friend who's got a P Line on order, and I missed it. I was going to have one, but they went so quick I missed it. It's on to the mid. But he's got one on order, and he was hoping to have it before Christmas, along with loads of you. You must be entering into the Christmas period, not having received your P Line, absolutely itching to get out on it. But when it comes, you'll love it. So there's going to be a comparison, I think, with the A-Line and the P Line. I'm sure Richard will be willing. Again, back to the A-Line. That's purely because it's the entry-level Brompton. It's £850. It gets criticised because it has old style or previous equipment on Bromptons fitted to it. It gets ridiculed because why would you buy a bike without mud guards? Why would you buy a folding bike without a folding pedal? Well, the reality of that is you actually don't need to buy a folding bike without mud guards, and you don't need to buy a folding bike without a folding pedal, because when you on the internet, on the £850 order, for about 45 quid you can have Brompton pedals, and for about 55 quid you can add Brompton mud guards to the order. So you haven't got a folding bike without folding pedals and mud guards, and you still haven't spent £1,000. You put an S-bag on top of that, or the new equivalent to the S-bag is the rough or something they call it. You've still got a cracking bargain of a Brompton. Comes fitted with these, of course. That's one of the items of most ridicule that the A-Line and the previous B Line got. Out of my collection of Bromptons, these are the only ones that have continued to work during the lifespan of the bicycle. The little ones under the trigger seem to suffer from a degree of movement within the manufacturing materials that can cause them to stick and not work properly. And it's a simple job to fix, but it's still a job you've got to fix. And the job of fixing it is actually quite a lot more difficult than fitting mud guards to an A-Line. Another video that's going to come through is we're going to talk about gearing and chain rings. This is a strong light 39 tooth chain ring. We'll talk about those. We'll look at gearing. It is going to be, this isn't a derogatory term, it's going to be gearing for simpletons, because the way I understand gearing is I live on a hill, I have 2 lampposts on that hill. If I can pedal between the 2 lampposts in 25 crank rotations or more, the bike's a keeper. If it's 23 rotations or less, it's going to get some serious looking at, or it's going out the window. So we're going to look at gearing, chain rings, final drive, sprockets on the 3-speed hub, stuff like that. And it'll be simplistic in as much it'll be how far the bike will travel per single revolution of the crank, and that'll be a measurement from a chalk line on the road. That's how to do gearing. Don't crunch any mathematical equations, because when you're pedalling down the road trying to get to the next white line, mathematicals mean diddly squat. Just hurts your legs. So a bit of gearing. This is a cool bit of kit. They come in from China. I did buy a few of these 2 or 3 years ago. And I think when I bought them, they were 15, 16, probably 17 quid. And they are more than that now. I know John Kong, he had one off me, he's got it on his B75. That just keeps things a bit more stable for you. Nothing else. It's not a rack, it's not going to carry anything. It's going to keep it more stable when it's in your park position, and it's going to be easier to push around as a shopping trolley, or however you want to do it. So that'll be going on. You've seen it on some of the Bromptons. We'll fit that. That's a little hooky bit. That's going to replace the front fork hook, but it latches onto the rear stay when you fold your bike. That's going to go on. I quite like these. There could be a spare one of those. I'll have a look. If I've got a spare one, I'll do something and get that out to somebody who's got one of the B75s or A-Lines or something like that, mud guards. That is a nice bit of kit to have. The fashion in the recent months or weeks has been to do a pump video. So I'm going to do a pump video. It'll be this thing. Let it get in focus. Pick that up. It's probably in reverse because I'm using the front camera. Get onto I use Amazon for that. People don't like Amazon. Get onto Amazon. I think that was about 16 quid. And it's 170 millimeters long. Don't weigh a lot. Pump. Don't know, see how it works. We'll try it. And everybody says he uses a track pump, but nobody carries a track pump about with them. So that's a little pump video I'm going to do. I'm going to fall into line with everybody else, because to do Brompton stuff without a pump video is rather like talking about a Brompton P Line without actually having one to look at. So no more. Got some little mugs knocked up. I'll be giving those away somehow to some people at some point. Maybe somebody with comments. I don't know yet. There'll be free mugs in the post. I'm sure there'll be one of those free in the post to somebody. I've got some other stuff which I think is probably total rubbish, which I'll probably knock out free to somebody who's absolutely desperate to have it. One of those titanium springy coil springs that they sold on or sell on eBay. Everyone who's got them says they're fantastic. So Muggins here, he thought he'd have one of these fantastic things, and to be honest, the total ramble. The total ramble. But anybody who wants to try that, I'll sort it out, do a video with it. I'll post it out to somebody, and all I ask is, when you've tried it and you realise yourself it's a load of junk, you give it somebody else a try, because they're not cheap, but they're just junk. My opinion. Other opinions vary, or other opinions are available. So all I've got to say now is, those of us who live in the Christian world are about to embark on our Christmas celebrations, and we're going to have our family times and probably some drink and too much food and too much of everything else, and probably not a lot of bike riding, although I'm sure there'll be a lot of talking about it. So I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, and hope to see you. I'll probably do something between Christmas and New Year, but failing that, I'll see you in the New Year. And I'd also like to especially, those that don't live in the Christian world like we do and I do. But I will say to you guys, whilst we're chomping away at our festivities, you guys get out there, have a fantastic day in the peace and quiet, or 2 days, and max out on most of us being missing from the outside world. Enjoy yourselves, get on your Bromptons, get on your bikes, have a ride your horses, whatever you want to do, whatever you're going to do. Whilst we're all tucked away in our little suburbia, you get out there and have some fun, and get on the Facebook groups, post some photos, and enjoy. But I do wish you all a very happy, prosperous, and an absolute safe New Year. We don't know what the New Year is going to bring. We do have ideas what the New Year is going to bring, and it's going to be our time as citizens to make the best of our lives we possibly can, no matter where we are in the world. It's a worldwide thing. It's going to affect us all, and I sincerely hope we all get through it without too much difficulty. So with that, I shall beetle off. I shall just grab my camera. I think I've talked about everything. I've got the front mud guard stay there. The other one's down in the garage because it's come off another bike. They're 25 quid there, I think. And I'll catch you on another video. In the meantime, I'll show you my mugs. Thank you, guys. Actually, going to have to finish off with a mug shot of me, because I've got to switch the camera off here at the front. So again, enjoy the festivities and enjoy the ride.